But in a country like Ghana, people will choose hearsay over real actual facts. Crazy. This is history of 40 years that everyone knows the narrative of what's happened. But in 2024, someone tried to tell him, you know what, if you don't believe Google, why don't you ask your elderly from... it was being forwarded by a news outlet, so it has to be true. Full-grown man with muscle everywhere with matured prick and balls. Hey!
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sandra and this is Sandie's Joyful Space. So guys, I came across this video and this Nigerian lady has a lot to say about the Ghana Must Go incident that happened years ago. So she wanted to clear most Ghanaians who she feels has a wrong idea or perception about the story. She feels like they don't really know the details of the story, so she wants to give them the real details of this incident. So guys, I will allow you watch her video and then we'll come back and talk about this because she really has a lot to say. A lot to say to Ghanaians. So
I'm literally living in an age of technology where information and knowledge is literally at the grasp of our fingertips. But in a country like Ghana, people will choose hearsay over real actual facts. Crazy. A few months ago, I saw a message. It was forwarded into a WhatsApp group, Nigerian WhatsApp group, by Ghanaians saying that Nigeria started the whole Ghana Must Go incident. This is history of 40 years that everyone knows the narrative of what's happened. But in 2024, some people are just trying to distort the truth, and the crazy part is it's actually catching on. It's actually catching on. Like Ghanaians are going up and down saying Nigerians started the Ghana Must Go incident. The person who forwarded this, I tried to tell him, you know what, if you don't believe Google, why don't you ask your elderly from 50s to 70s? They live this experience to know what the truth is. You know what this guy said? It was being forwarded by a news outlet, so it has to be true. Full-grown man with muscle everywhere with matured prick and balls. Hey! Now listen, the deportation of Nigerians from Ghana was done in 1969. This law was enforced by the then Ghana Prime Minister. For then it was Prime Minister. His name was Kofi Buswa, and it was called Aliens Compliance Order, something like that, right? Everything I'm saying, my brothers and sisters, Google is your friend. YouTube is your friend. To be honest, it was not just Nigerians, it was African nationals. They were being deported from Ghana, 2.5 million to be exact. But most of them were Nigerians. What was the problem? Back then, Ghana economy was very bad. That was why a lot of Ghanaians were actually going to Nigeria. But the funny thing is that the Nigerians who lived in Ghana were still prospering because they were good businessmen and they always sold their things cheaper. So the Nigerians who were living in Ghana at that time were rich to the state that they had built houses. Funny how till today, this is the problem that a lot of Ghanaians have with Nigerians. So apparently, Nigerians were dominating Ghanaian markets. It was not funny anymore. That order was carried out and a lot of Nigerians were deported. A lot of them. A Ghanaian woman have even told me this before I went to read about it. A lot of them.
So I have a good news for you all. If you are looking for the safest, surest and reliable way to send money to your loved ones, especially in this season, this Christmas season, please, SendWave is your sure way. Surest and reliable way, fast way of sending money to your loved ones. All you have to do is go to your Play Store or your App Store, download the SendWave app, register with them with your email address and also your phone number. After registering, all you have to do is start sending money. Just connect your bank account to your SendWave app. Don't worry, these steps I'm saying, they are all easy and very fast. Just a list of countries you can send money to through using SendWave app. They are all in the app. Choose the country you are sending the money to, and after that, add the recipient name and choose if you want to send it through mobile money or directly into the person's bank account. Those of you in Ghana, if you want to send the money to the person's mobile money, easy. Just choose the mobile money option and put in the person's phone number details and then start sending money. It's as easy as that. Within minutes, the receiver gets the money. And also, there's also an additional bonus. When you want to do your first transaction, use my code joyful. I'll put it on the screen and you will get 10 euro off your first transaction. That is a lot of money. Yes. So use my code joyful and get 10 euro off your first transaction, and then start sending money using SendWave. Use tested by Sandie. So guys, trust me when I say it is fast.
Some left their houses that they built and they went back to Nigeria, and some came back to sell it at a cheaper rate and they went back. But a lot left their properties, their houses they had built, and they went back to Nigeria. You know the crazy thing about this story? Nigerians only retaliated in 1983. From 1969, we only retaliated in 1983. We have one thing in Nigeria, no be who first do, na im pin pass, and ours was brutal. Ours was brutal because Shagari was like, if you don't leave by this time, you are going to get jailed. So people ran to the market to buy that bag called Ghana Must Go Today, and they were all packing things inside and they were running. Togo closed their border, Benin closed their border, the whole road was choked. People died on that road like mad because the place was choked. People running back to Ghana, it became so choked that people died on the road that even international bodies were like, oh my gosh, Nigeria, you guys shouldn't have done that. And we're like, well, y'all did it first. I'm going to say this. I've realized that this Ghana Must Go incident is something that happened over 40 years ago, but Ghanaians are still very bitter about it, both the young and the old. And it's crazy how everything that led to that incident back then is still what is happening till today. I said this thing to the guy who forwarded the message on the WhatsApp group, but like a lot of you have trained your mind and your mentality to have this disdain for Nigerians. When you are being talked to, you do not want to hear. Dear Ghanaians, we are not your enemies. Nigerians are not your enemies. It's so crazy how the average Nigerian have no time to notice Ghanaians, but Jesus Christ, y'all tend to notice every fucking thing we do in this country. It's crazy. Because of that mentality and that IQ you have put on your brain, you are impacting into the next generation that Nigerians are bad people. So wherever you see us, instead of seeing us like a human being going about their normal daily life, you see us like what? I don't know. We are not your enemies. We are not your enemies. It's funny how if anything happened in this Africa, the only allies that Ghanaians have is Nigerians, but you have made us your problem. We are not your enemies. I am never going to talk on this issue again. You can carry whatever narrative you want and roll with it, but the truth is the truth, and the history is there to see it.
So guys, as you heard from her, she has break down the whole history of the Ghana Must Go, how it happened, what happened, and everything. Guys, this Ghana Must Go thing, to be honest, I just feel like, why are we always going back and forth about this thing? I understand that it was a painful history, it is a sad one, and I empathize with everyone who was directly or indirectly affected by this, incident. But this is many years ago. Time and time again, we've seen that going backward doesn't take anyone forward. Why don't we just focus on going forward? Every time we go backward in this history, bringing back this back and forth, bringing back this hurtful incident, bringing back all the things that happened, just the whole history, I don't feel like it does any good to anyone. Let's just think of moving forward, focusing on the future. There are a lot of things that we need to focus on right now, and I don't think going back to 40, 50, 60 years history is the way forward. What does this back and forth going to bring? What will be the benefit of this back and forth? It's okay for you to tell your kids, for you to share the story, but let's not make it a thing of creating hate, anger, hatred between us, putting it in the minds of our kids, the next generation, that we hate each other or things like that. So let's just let it be and just move on. That's what I think. But anyway, just let me know in the comment section, do you think she's correct about this issue? Do you think that was what really happened? Anyway, you can all go and check it online. You can all go and Google about it and check it. For me, I just feel like let's move on. Let's just move on and focus on the future. For me, that's what I think. So this back and forth of who started, who didn't started, how it came, how it didn't come about. This is not the first time like this banter is going on. This is not the second. And I hope it's the last, because it doesn't help anyone. It doesn't do any good. Let's just let it go. Let it go and let's just live in love, peace and harmony. Okay guys, if you've watched to this point, thank you very much, and Merry Christmas to you all and a prosperous new year in advance. Please guys, make sure that you enjoy yourself this period, celebrate with family, take your time to spoil yourself, and make sure that you also rest. Afisha Pao. See you guys in the next one. Please do not forget to subscribe, like the video, share the video, and thank you for watching to this point. Bye.